We're really excited about the choir tonight. I want to tell you a little bit about the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign. We've been around for 30 some years. We feed, clothe, and house poor and homeless families. And the thing that's different about us from other poor people's campaigns in the country is that we are led by actual poor and homeless people. Those of us that are in the leadership have been formerly homeless and are struggling on a daily basis to live below the federal poverty level. So we need you to get involved in the fight because there's plenty to go around in this country, and we need to make sure that we put food, clothing, housing, and education and all of those basic human rights at the top of our agenda. The Rich Man's House, which the choir is getting ready to sing, is a song that was written by us collectively while we were on the New Freedom Bus Tour. We began as the Kensington Welfare Rights Union, then we turned into the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign, and now the Poor People's Army. And if you're interested in learning more about us and our 30 years of rich history of the poor organizing the poor, you can go to poorpeoplesarmy.com and learn more about us. So if you want to see some changes in this country, you can't sit this one out. You need to go out and vote on election day. So make sure that you are registered and go out and vote, and let's make a change together. Let's work together and let's end poverty in this country because it's possible.
Ba-dum dum, 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 ba-dum dum. Well, I went down to the rich man's house and I took back what he stole from me. Took back my dignity. Took back my humanity. Well, I went down to the rich man's house and I took back what he stole from me. Took back my dignity, took back my humanity. Now he's under my feet, under my feet, under my feet, under my feet. Ain't gonna let the system walk all over me. Well, I went down to the jailhouse and I took back what they stole from me. Took back my dignity. Took back my humanity. Well, I went down to the jailhouse and I took back what they stole from me. Took back my dignity. Took back my humanity. Now they're under my feet, under my feet, under my feet, under my feet. Ain't gonna let the system walk all over me. Well, I went down to the border and I took back what they stole from me. Took back my dignity. Took back my humanity. Well, I went down to the border and I took back what they stole from me. Took back my dignity. Took back my humanity. Now they're under my feet, under my feet, under my feet, under my feet. Ain't gonna let the system walk all over me. Well, I went down to the White House and I took back what they stole. stole from me. Took back my dignity. Took back my humanity. Well, I went down to the White House and I took back what they stole from me. Took back my dignity. Took back my humanity. Now they're under my feet, 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 under my feet. They're gonna let the system walk all over me.
Hello, my name is Gray. I'm an artworks apprentice hoping to find creative ways to empower young voters and spread awareness with art. I know what it's like to be part of a politicized demographic, and there are a lot of people in this country who are vulnerable, and I think people need to use whatever political power they have to create a government that reflects them, especially in our local communities. Local elections play a huge role in our everyday lives, whether we realize it or not. My own artwork deals a lot with the concept of escapism and imagining a better world. And one way to build this world is to elect people who will listen when we call. It's a lot harder to have a conversation about our livelihoods with leaders who will not hear us out. New voters can be very confuddled about what it takes to actually cast your ballot. I'm a new voter and I'm confuddled all the time. So a group of local youth apprentices wrote and designed this nifty little voter's guide that tells you a lot about voting history, why voting matters, how to cast your ballot, how to register, and it tells you everything you need to go out and cast your vote. So please vote. It's an important part of our civic duty and it would also make me very happy.
Hello, my name is Charmaine Moore Katsini, and I am the Assistant Director for Muse Cincinnati's Women's Choir. I've been a singing member of Muse for the last 15 years, and this is an organization that's near and dear to my heart. I want to thank you for taking some time out to listen to our virtual concert series, and I hope you enjoyed Rich Man's House. The themes of this song go straight to the power and privilege that comes with being born white and male. At our country's inception, laws and norms were designed to serve the needs of those in power. Women were never part of the plan, and Black people were not even considered wholly human. To be a Black woman meant you were invisible. Before the Civil War, women's suffrage was closely aligned with the anti-slavery movement. Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Frederick Douglass, Susan B. Anthony, and a host of others all collaborated to work for equal rights across the board. However, the intersectionality of being Black and female made it impossible to overcome the racial climate and continue the fight side by side. The times and laws changed, with white women winning the vote in 1920 and Blacks winning the right to vote in 1965. But just because laws change doesn't mean attitudes changed. The same power structure is alive and well, making living and thriving a constant struggle for minorities in this country. Audre Lorde said, "I recognize that my power, as well as my primary oppressions, come as a result of my Blackness, as well as my womanness, and therefore my struggles on both of these fronts are inseparable." To this day, Black women wrestle with that same intersection as they raise their children, often as single parents, working multiple jobs to make ends meet, often raising their children's children. Without generational wealth and education, without access to affordable housing and health care, many Black women don't have a chance to see the power of choice, as we don't have a society that keeps their best interests in mind. The right to vote is all we have to make changes in our path, and taking advantage of that is an homage to the past and insurance in the future. I've seen my little sister, a single mother, take her babies to the polls with her for every election, local or national. She's a firm believer in observing her rights and changing the course for her boys. She's my hero. Take a moment to consider the folks in your life who are living at the crossroads of opportunity, who continue to press on, who continue to vote. Vote. Use your voice. It's your right.